Hi friends, it's Deanna here today. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on another hack. One thing I love to do is add like a tier to any of my other patterns. So for example, today I'm going to be taking a top, I'm going to be cropping it, and I'm going to add a bottom tier to have like this gathered skirt peplum like effect on this top. But you can do this to dresses if you want to add it to the bottom of a dress. You can do this to sleeves if you want to add it to the bottom of the sleeve, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you just how easy it is to do it. So let's get started. Alright friends, I am using the Oversized Tee because I love this pattern. I love how loose fitting it is, and I'm using a French terry rayon because it's got great drape and I think it's gonna look adorable in this romantic looking fabric. But I'm going to be using like an in-between, probably not a long sleeve but not a short sleeve, somewhere in between, just a little bit longer. Actually I might do a short sleeve since it's more drop shoulder anyway. I'm gonna do a boat neck just because I like the look of that. And what I'm going to do with this shirt is I am actually going to cut the crop length because I wanted to hit right at the crop length, and then I'm gonna add that tier at the bottom of it. So what I'm going to do, add that little ruffle, I am gonna cut at the crop length. Now, if you don't have a pattern that, because you can do this to any pattern you wanna do it to, you have to decide first of all, how far down you want to start that ruffle if you don't have a crop top crop line. So I wanna start at my armpit and then go all the way down to see how far I want that to start. So then I would measure from my armpit down, and that's how far down on your shirt you're gonna start at the bottom of your arm side down. That's where you would cut your fabric, wherever you would want that to start, the ruffle to start. You do need a 1/4 inch seam allowance because you're going to sew something to it, so you want to add that seam allowance on there. Though a 1/4 inch really isn't that big of a deal. If you went up a little, a 1/4 inch up, that's fine. So that's what I would do. So let me cut this up, and then we're gonna talk about how to cut up the ruffle. All right, now I'm gonna cut my back piece, but because I'm a little extra, I want this to go down a little bit so that the back kind of hangs lower than the front in like a little slope. So I'm just gonna do that by when I cut my back piece, and you can do this to your whatever top you're using. You can use like a ruler that's kind of a little bit rounded, and you kind of want to start at the same angle and then just kind of go down, angle it down a little bit. But you want to keep that angle, so I'm turning the ruler so it keeps that angle. But if you don't have a ruler like this, you can just kind of eyeball it all the way down. Listen, I'm all about, you know, doing making your sews your own and changing them and adding things and taking things away that make it look just how you want it to look. And I'm also about trying different techniques and trying different things to see what works for you. You don't want to be stuck in a bowl of doing the same thing over and over again, and this is how you learn, by trying different things. You try it this time and you say, okay, that didn't work out right, I'm gonna do this different next time. Honestly, that's how I've learned a lot about my sewing. I just kind of go for it and we try it, and then we better it as we go along. So I'm just gonna start straight. So with my ruler, I can set it basically straight at the edge right here, and then I'm just gonna go down. And like I said, I want it to be straight, so I'm going to continue to turn that angle so that it doesn't come back up. It's just a straight little angle. See if you can see it right here. So that whole back is only ends up being a couple inches longer than the front, and it just will give it like that curved at the bottom on the back. And you may not want to do that. You can just do it straight across and that will be fine. I like to be a little extra. That's why I did it. Once I try this sleeve on, I'll decide if I also want to add a little gather ruffle to the bottom of the sleeve. I was thinking that that might be a cute little detail, but I'm not 100% sure right now. So I'm gonna wait till after and then add it at the end if I want to. All right, now we're gonna talk about the actual ruffle. Okay, so what you have to decide are a couple of things. You have to decide how long you want your ruffle. So if you're doing an arm ruffle, you might want it like 3 inches long, 2 inches long. You might even want it just 1 inch long, depending if you just want a tiny little ruffle to go around your sleeve. Number 2, do you want your ruffle to be what do you call it, double? So you want it to be not having to hem, you want it to be lined per se, because what you can do, and I'm just gonna show you real quick right here, if you don't want your ruffle, you don't want to see the back of your fabric on your ruffle, like if you have a shoulder, a sleeve ruffle, and you just don't want to see the back of the fabric, or you don't want to really hem or anything, what you can do is you can cut that ruffle double the length. So let's say you want it to have a 2-inch ruffle, so you're gonna cut it 4 inches. You'll cut a piece of fabric for 4 inches, and then what you'll do is you just fold it wrong sides together, and then when you attach, you will attach it like so. Like, I'm not even cutting my fabric, but you see what I'm saying? And so then that way you have a nice front and a nice back. You're just attaching it up here at the raw edge. You don't even have to hem. It just looks cute and raw at the bottom. So you can do it that way. Or if you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna hem it, it doesn't matter, then you're just gonna cut one piece. So that's one thing that you have to figure out. And did I already say that? Did I say both things already? You have to figure out how wide you want it, and then you have to figure out if you want to double it to fold over. And then the width, I said length, width, I'm going to do 1.5 the times the bottom of my shirt. Now you can do it more than that, so it has a more pleated effect. Or you can do it less than that, so it's more stretched out. You can look at how mine ends up, and then you can say, hey, I want more gathers. So you can go a little bit bigger, like you want to go 2 times as much. Or if you say I want less gathers, so you want to go 1.25 times as much, or whatever you want to do. Because if you just go 1 to 1, it's just going to be the same thing straight up. So I'm gonna do 1.5, and now times the width. So I'm gonna look at my bodice. I'm gonna measure the width of my bodice where I cut down here at the bottom. And I've got my ruler, this ruler right here next to me. So it is about 12 inches, 12 inches. So I'm gonna add another 6 inches to that, so it'll be 18 inches. So that's how wide I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut two 18-inch pieces, or you can fold it in half and cut it double, you know, like on the fold, kind of like you did your top, and you'll need 2 of those because you got the front and then you got the back. So you can either cut 4 or you can cut 2, or if you have long enough fabric and you want to cut long ones, you can do that. So it's up to you. And then you got to figure out how tall I want it. Because this was a crop top, so it's gonna be like right around here, and I want it to hang like right at like where my button is on my shirt, a little bit lower than that. I'm talking like 4-5 inches. Where does it start? So I'm gonna measure like 5 inches. I'm gonna go with 6 inches. The reason why I'm going with 6 inches is because I wanna make sure it's long enough, what I want, and because you wanna have a 1/2 inch seam allowance for the hemming, and then a 1/4 inch seam allowance for the waist. So you basically almost eat up a whole inch. So you wanna make sure you add that. You don't forget to add that or you'll end up too short. And then you can always add another tier if you wanted to add 3 tiers to your shirt. 2 extra tiers. So what you wanna do is now cut the fabric by those measurements. Remember, that top was half because it's sewn on cut on the fold. So when I said, what did I say? I said it was 12 inches. It's really 24 inches. So don't just cut one 18-inch piece and be like, oh, why is this not wide enough? You need to cut 18-inch. I have to cut 18 inches, but I have to fold it in the fold, so it's 18 and 18, so there's one long piece. And you notice I'm not saying a total at 32, is that what it is? Because I'm not very good with math, so I don't want to look dumb on the video. but I did if I did it wrong. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then we'll come back to attach it. Super quick, super easy, super simple. I just want to say I checked my calculations and the total is actually 36, and I knew it was 36, but I was thinking 12 for some reason, so I said 32. I told you I didn't want to do math on camera because I knew I was not gonna get it right. All right, let's go ahead and cut this. I'm cutting two 36, so really just 18 because I'm cutting on the fold. 18 by 6 inches, and let's cross our fingers and hope that that's long enough. All right, so I've got my 2 pieces cut out. I'm gonna face them right sides together at the raw edges, and I'm gonna sew them together. I'm going to go ahead and sew up my top just as you would sew up that pattern. I'm gonna go do that and then come back and I'm gonna show you how we're going to attach this ruffle. Super, super easy, super quick. Such a cute little hack that you can do with any pattern. You can even do it with an existing top you already have. You have a t-shirt or something like that that you wanna add a ruffle to it. Just crop it, cut it at the crop, and grab fabric and add that ruffle. That would be a cute little way to turn a just a regular t-shirt into something cuter, fancier, like something with a little spice. All right, so I'm gonna sew those sides. I'm going to finish up my top and then we'll come back and do the rest. All right, my top is all sewn together. I just have the raw edge at the bottom and I sewed those 2 sides of my band together. I'm gonna grab the front and the back, those 2 side seams, and match them together and mark my halves. So I'll just go to the front and mark 1/2 and go to the back and mark 1/2. And I just like to take a little snip of that and do the same for my top. Match the 2 side seams and go to the front and back and mark it. Because once we gather this ruffle, I like to be able to see where my quarters are. That way I can gather it the right width and the gathers be even all around. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, and you can go ahead and if you want to hem first, you can go ahead and hem it and then gather the top seam where we're gonna gather the width of this top. So I'm gonna go to my sewing machine and I'm actually going to use just a long straight stitch on my sewing machine to gather, but you can use any gathering method that you prefer, and we do have videos on different ways to gather. All right, so now we're going to grab the basting stitch and we're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull out our bobbin thread and we're going to gather this whole thing to be the same width as our bodice. I like to go one way first and get it all gathered, half gathered, and then go the other way so that way I can split up the gathers. I like to tie a knot here on the back where the 2 stitches begin and start. That way my gathers don't come apart when I'm trying to sew them on. So now that my gathers seem to be pretty even, like that, I'm going to match up my right sides together, the raw edges with the top. So I just go right sides together and match that quarter point that I created. So there's my half, my back, I'm sorry, here's my side, and then my front. This is when that little nip I took comes in handy. All right, now that it's quartered, now I'm gonna add as many pins as I want to make sure that my pleats are gonna stay up and I'm gonna be doing a good job when I sew them on. All right, now we can go ahead and go sew it on. Last but not least, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and hem my bottom. All right, friends, we're finished with this beautiful hack. I love how it turned out. I love the lower back. I think it turned out just how I had envisioned it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't so you never miss any of our tutorials. And comment below and let me know what you want to see next. What hacks have you been thinking of that you were like, Diana, please, let's do this together. And we'll do it. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you all next time. Bye.